Hey everybody, my name is Barak. I am the Student Ministry Director at the Westminster campus. Thank you for joining us for our Going Deeper today. We're talking about Philippians once again, and we're in Philippians 2:14 and 15. It says, "Do everything without grumbling or arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure, children of God, without fault in a warped and crooked generation. Then you will shine among them like stars in the sky." Love this passage. I'm really grateful for Kevin's message today. It is challenging to all of us, especially, all you fathers out there. Maybe this is something that speaks to you. Maybe you're not a father and this speaks to you. I really do think that this whole thing of grumbling and arguing speaks to all of us in one way, shape, or form. I know that for me, it is a challenge when Kevin says, hey, when we complain, it actually activates neural pathways that make room for more complaining. So complaining and grumbling, this attitude breeds more of it. Certainly getting things off our chest might be helpful. But when we complain and we keep complaining, it actually makes us more of a person that complains. So I guess a question that I want to ask myself in thinking about complaining, hi Kevin.
Hi.
Is like, what kind of person do I want to be? Do I want to be a person that complains or a person that shines like a light? That's kind of the two options here.
Right.
I really did like that thing that you said. I was telling everyone the thing that you said about how when we complain, it activates like neural pathways that breed more complaining. I'm like, whoa, did not know that.
Confirmed by science.
Yeah.
It's a physiological truth, a psychological truth. It's a spiritual truth. All of the above, right?
Yeah. It's super cool. So, Kevin, one thing I like to ask everyone on these is like, when making a sermon, there's a lot that doesn't make it into the sermon. So, what didn't make it in that you really wish could have, but didn't quite fit today?
Yeah, I was just thinking this past week about my son Declan. We have a little bedtime routine, and he loves glow in the dark stuff. He's just amazed by it. He's 7 years old. And I showed him just this past week how whenever you have something that's glow in the dark and you take like a bright flashlight and you charge that thing up, I think it's called phosphorescence or something, it glows even brighter, right? And so he was amazed. I was like, hey, Declan, watch this. And I shined the flashlight on this glow in the dark thing, shut the lights down, and it was just like, boom, neon. It was so much brighter. And what that reminds me of, Barak, is that's the way it is for us. The closer we are and the longer that we are next to Jesus, who is the light, and we just reflect the light that he has in our lives, the brighter that we shine. Mm-hmm. And so it's so important for us, if we're going to shine like stars, that we spend some time close to Jesus, and we spend time with him, and then we're going to go out and shine. We're going to reflect that light. So
That's good.
Thought that was a good one.
Yeah, that's good. I know that, spending time close to Jesus, that's good. How would you suggest that we spend time close to Jesus?
I mean, I think it's time, if you do the flashlight thing and you only do it for like a split second, it goes away really quick. So the longer that we spend time with Christ, the more that kind of, so we have to do it on a regular. You can't. It fades over time. Something that's glowing slowly fades, and so if we do it once a month, if we spend time with Christ, that's probably not enough. You need to spend consistent time with him, and so I think time and consistency probably are two things that come to mind. Time in the Word for sure. Obviously, prayer. And that's how God renews our mind, right? So.
Yeah, and similarly to how complaining works, the more you complain, the more you complain. In a similar way, I actually think that the opposite is true, in that the more you spend time with Jesus, in my experience, the more I've wanted to spend time with Jesus, and the more that I have the mental capacity and spiritual capacity to spend time with Jesus. So True. I guess the more you do it, the more you'll want to do it, and the more you can't do it.
Yeah,
so,
no doubt about that, man.
Yeah, super good. One pushback that I think would happen to your talk here, to what the Bible is even saying here, is that some people are like, well, I'm not complaining, I'm just being real. So what would you say to that response to this?
Yeah, it's a fine line between being honest and authentic and kind of being offensive, with people. And so it's a heart attitude thing. You can. It doesn't mean that you can't complain if you have a fly in your soup. It's not like you can't say anything to the waiter. I'm sorry, waiter, there's a fly in my soup. But there's some principles, and I think complaining up rather than across or sideways, because that kind of spreads out. So don't complain to someone that can't do anything about it. That's not helpful.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's fair.
And then have your heart in the right posture. I think so often it's complaining because it's a heart posture thing. We talked about the scoliosis. It's a posture of being bent in the wrong direction as you're sharing those things.
Yeah.
And so, I think there's a right way to have good conversation. We're not saying that, but oftentimes we do it the wrong way. So
yeah. So it's a lot about where our hearts are, and I'd say that in order to get our hearts in the right place, we have to spend time close to Jesus.
Boom.
There we
circle.
go.
Nice.
Brought it back around.
That
All
was
right.
good.
Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great week, and happy Father's Day.
God bless. Yeah.
Bye,
See
everybody.
you guys.